And welcome back to another Tales of Tribute game. Going first this time, and let's see what our opponent is going second. Picking Alessia as usual. Sijic. Yeah, it's always opened up for Druid King combos there, but Ante, alright, sure. I'm gonna pick Halalu. Yeah, pretty standard patrons except for the Alessia, but you know, I think Alessia going first is quite strongly favored. And there's actually a lot of good things to buy in the tavern right now. I'm not even sure using the Alessia power first is correct. Yeah, I mean, Prophecy is a very powerful and economically strong card, 3 gold. But I mean, all the other cards are really good. I wouldn't really argue against too many of them. Soldier plus Treasury is good. Using Alessia power is also fine. Yeah, so I think they're all pretty close. The reason to use Alessia Patron here is that once it's in your favor, it makes it really hard for your opponent to use it back. Cause like this is not good for my opponent. This is like very painful, and I don't think his deck is that much better than mine. Granted, he does have the Conquest, which is a good card, so it's not so it might be okay. We got some very good cards here. I think Warrior Wave is probably the best. We have a very good turn this turn because we had the Soldier plus that. So and a Chainbreaker, yeah, okay, that's pretty straightforward. So now we're really far ahead. We have a lot of very good cards in our deck. Our opponent has 1 Conquest, which is not going to be too easy to beat, or rather 1 plus 2. Morehouse is good against us too because you know it does have the and we have a Priestess too. Yeah, Morehouse is good against us. We have a couple of agents in our deck, so this makes us less likely to pick up No Shira Poet. No Shira is not bad actually because it has 3 toughness, but since our opponent picked up Morehouse, it's not so great. Prophecy, if we had 1 more, maybe we could have picked up the House Embassy, but we can't. I think using Augur's Council is fine. Also getting the Sijic Relic Master is also fine. I think Augur to ensure we have a good turn is reasonable too, though. So it's not obvious what to pick. And yeah, okay, let's ensure we have a good turn next turn. And that Hero's End is possible my opponent may pick it up. That's still fine. I'm just gonna use the Ante to reduce that chance. Picking up Chainbreaker is interesting. I mean, our deck is getting kind of big now, but we have some. But the cards that we are in our deck are actually really good. Like, so I'm quite happy to get all of these things. Not sure about picking. Did he pick up? Yeah, well, I like Sijic Relic Master a lot, so it's very good. It's very good when you're trying to get smaller decks. Yeah, I guess we can just throw that away. Let's see what we can pick up with this. We can pick up some very good things with this too, and we get a combo with our Chainbreaker plus Soldier plus Priestess, so that's +1 Prestige. Warrior Wave gives us. I mean, this is like a really good tavern. There's so many good options to pick up, and it's. I think I'm quite happy to pick up all of them. I think House Embassy was also perfectly fine pick up, but if we're going the power route, sure. Destroying some of our cards may actually be correct here because we have so many good cards. But let's see what our opponent can do because he does have to deal with these. He has to produce some power, and he is in fact able to produce the power. He actually could have produced quite a lot of gold because Morehouse gets 1 gold every time he kills an agent, so he might have wanted to do that instead. Anyway, our good luck comes to an end. We are kind of stuck with buying Sijic Relic Master, I guess. Or there's a lot of things we can do. I think using the Sijic power is fine. Sijic Relic, but also that one I'm not so sure of. It's less gold efficient. It means my opponent cannot shuffle Chainbreaker Captains to his deck, but I feel at this stage Chainbreaker Captains are not or Chainbreaker Sergeants are not that great. So and getting Sijic in your favor is kind of useful at avoiding Patron Victory and also slowly moving towards Patron Victory. But if my opponent really wants to like use the Alessia power again, which I don't care about, like Alessia power is no one really cares. Wow, a lot of really good cards here. I think picking up Currency Exchange is fine. House Embassy is also fine. We're gonna win in multiple ways at this stage, so we probably don't need the Prophecy anymore. We can start the we can start trying for Patron Victory. We get the Sijic in our favor, or we're just gonna win with Klalu, or we're gonna win just because we got of the power cards we picked up. So this is not great for our opponent at this point. Things are looking quite grim. Like eventually we're gonna draw some pretty nasty cards. I think picking up the Sijic Relic Master is a good idea because it lets us toss things, and that's what we really need to. We just really need to get to our cards that toss things well. Yeah, and we have the sword to kill his Chamber Sergeant, so no harm done. Do we want to destroy anything? Let's just let him deal with that. He can deal with it, so I mean he has to deal with it. He will with this power card, so it's not really. It's just slightly annoying for him. Yeah, so that's not unreasonable. Start using Klalu. So now he's 1 off Patron Victory. That's what he was going for the whole time. Now we have to be really careful and avoid any tithes or whatever the shop in the marketplace. Or we can just like use our Psijic power to attack his agent, and that would also be quite annoying. The both are fine. I mean, it's kind of hard to deal with our deck at the point. I think at this point we're really far ahead. I think let's just. Actually, I really strongly feel that Psijic was the correct choice here. That would make it very difficult to patron victory out of nowhere. Whereas if he picks up a tithe and he has a good turn, it's possible that he may get to where he wants. Anyway, time to start using Hlalu. I think we have more than enough things to Hlalu away, so yeah. Let's see what my opponent can do. This was a pretty powerful tavern game, which makes using Alessia less favored. Like using the Alessia patron power is great when you have nothing in the tavern to buy, but there are so many good things in the tavern to buy. It's actually quite reasonable to just go straight for Alessia. Anyway, continuing to go for the patron victory, my opponent is, but you know we got the currency exchange, so we can double Hlalu or do anything we want really to try to avoid that. Augur's Council is exactly what we're looking for, +2 power as well, and we stack our deck with exactly what we want, and these are all good. We have the sword, I guess. Yeah, you can use Alessia or use anything really. Oh, about Dreaming Cave is good too, but yeah, we just need to use patron power twice essentially. Any patron power. Yeah, sure. Prophecy, we don't need that anymore, and let's just use Ansei to stop him from. I mean, just to ensure the victory, I would be leaning towards using Ansei, because if a tithe shows up in the tavern and my opponent buys it and he uses Hlalu twice, he just wins on the spot. So that would be a reason to use Ansei. On the other hand, we're about to win, but I think it's slightly better to just remain on the safe side and do something that is harder to cause. I mean, I think it's more likely that my opponent sneaks a win with patron victory, because there's no way he's catching us. He's catching up with us in terms of prestige. So yeah, I think that's reasonable to use Ansei there, since we had the extra. Plus, since we had the extra patron use. Anyway, we've won. We just need to probably use the Hlalu. Yeah, just use the Hlalu, I guess, to seal the victory, and hope he doesn't get a tithe in the tavern. I don't think he. I mean, tithe is not easy to get. He needs to pick up some things, but like just currency exchange into tithe, and he wins just there. So that is. I feel like this was a misplay on my part. I should have played against tithe and patron victory. I mean, because we're almost certainly gonna win with. Oh boy, that was a close one. Rag picker instead of tithe. Yeah. This was a mistake, but for a mistake that did not bite us in the butt, unfortunately. So things are okay. If he buys Scrying Globe into tithe, he could still win, but he picks up the 3-cost card instead. So yeah, no, a bit of misplay at the end, but we had such a strong start that our opponent wasn't going to win with the prestige anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching.